Never mind.
Okay.
Just to clarify, have people been talking and I just can't hear them? Okay.
The voices in your head? No, Will, only you can hear those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, but no, I suddenly stopped being able to hear them, Donovan.
Mm. What was the last
Figure out
thing
what
they
you
told
did.
you?
Yeah.
What was that, Donovan?
What was the last thing they told you?
The last thing they told me was to go to Florida and kill you.
All right, Jesus.
Ah,
I mean, I don't listen to them, obviously. I'm too lazy for that. I'd love to listen to them, but I
That
have
should
to
be
go to Florida.
better.
yeah, you don't want to listen to the voices.
Yeah, honestly, I don't recommend any of you go to Florida. It's how did our president? Oh yeah, a shithole.
Alright then.
You know,
As you guys getting further and further into town, you can.
Well, I think you need to mute yourself on roll 20.
Me?
Or I can just mute it on.
Says I am muted.
It was the
There.
stream one.
All right, there you
you can make bird noises throughout the whole game. I am so down for that.
go. So as you guys are, getting a little bit further into town, you can hear more and more commotion going on, and you can hear, even like sounds of music and stuff being played from the shore. And as you continue past this little cropping of houses over here, you suddenly hear what appears to be like yelling going on. Like, hey, you get away from that! Lots of other people yelling.
The Kinku is incredibly intrigued in like all the conversations going on in town. So he's kind of like entranced by everything, almost absorbing some things, but not necessarily realizing what they mean or represent.
And I know it's
Hearing
not.
such-
I don't mean to cut you off, but I know that it's not
Okay.
like necessarily marked on the map. But there, I mean, you can picture that there's lots of people everywhere. Coming up and
Yeah.
down the street
Yeah.
past you guys. Like,
Totally. So as I hear like the argument, I love anger. I like it. It entices me, right? But I don't know how to reflect it because I haven't heard too much of it, right? I have heard some within the barbarian tribes that I've been in, but it's like the new anger from this civilized town it's almost like I'm drunk by it, right? Because it's not just the barbarian rage that I've heard before. So I begin making my way to that.
dude, fucking Will could probably teach you how to be an asshole.
Yeah.
Fucking dark
could-
elf.
I could
from
teach
high
you
society at that.
I could teach you many different methods to emasculate your target and make sure they could never show their face again in public.
Never show their face again in public. Can't handle me. Fish Lord.
Fish Lord.
Fish Lord.
Zaray looks at the Warforged and she goes, It appears one of our companions is wandering off that way, and he looks like he might get himself into trouble.
Very.
Perhaps we should.
Did somebody say berries? Would you
Nobody-
like
Berries.
one?
Berries?
And
Nobody-
I
nobody
cast
said
good
anything-
berry. Nope. I cast good berry, and 10 of them appear in my hand.
No one said anything remotely, and then just.
Okay, so suddenly Barnaby is just standing there with this handful of berries. Trying to pass them out to you guys.
Would anybody like one? Would you like one?
I
Y-
grab one for him or from him, and I
I just
hold it
about
up to
spit my
face.
water at my fucking laptop, asshole. That shit was
Donovan's,
good.
Donovan's just dying over. Or not
That shit
Donovan,
was
Allie.
good.
Anyway,
Does
as he's offering
anybody-
the berries to the mechanical man, Ray walks off towards the only other person who can actually eat the berries.
I feed one to Humphrey, thank you.
Humphrey smells it, like takes a bite and kind of like gets away from it. Atlee, you feel suddenly rejuvenated, but immediately regret putting this berry into your mouth. It is quite possibly one of the
Doesn't
most
taste great.
awful things you've ever tasted.
So I don't know if you guys know how like parrots are like big birds with big beaks, clean them, but like I begin taking my foot and I start scratching my face. I just start scratching it as fast as possible.
Yeah, they're a little on the bitter side, but they'll fix you up in a pinch.
Is there any
And
water
now you
source near
don't
me?
have. Now you don't have to eat for the rest of the day.
You do feel full now.
Yes, interesting.
Just scratching his head. You continue to hear the commotion getting louder and louder.
We should probably go see what that is. I've found that where there's a commotion, there's usually profit. Should be. And this time, Zoray begins heading over that direction.
All right.
If it's none of our concern,
Go ahead and move your character.
It's right there, right?
It's coming from over here.
Okay.
Where the commotion?
You could have hit the alley.
What do we do? Go this way. This way.
As you guys make your way into this little outcropping here, you can see the man that I posted in the NPC or the King's Gambit or whatever, Keston. You can see him standing up next to this well, and a bunch of, like, obviously poorer folk kind of standing around him in a group, and he's standing there like he has a javelin in his hand and a tower shield, but he doesn't really seem like all that threatened by the fact that there's all these fucking people standing around him. And there's one man, like this guy right here, who's particularly bigger than the others, and he's wearing like a chainmail vest. He has like 2 hammers in his hand. And as you guys come into the outcropping, You hear the bigger man kind of yell, "We don't let just any folk come in here and take our water. It takes a long time for us to get the fresh water from the sea, and we can't just be giving it out to any traveler that just wants to make his way through here. You know how many people we get coming through just because they think that they have this invitation that they're owed?" He goes, "You can't just take what you think is yours." And you see the human, or what appears to be a human to you, kind of look around, and he seems to be making eye contact with every single one of the people that are like standing around him, and he goes, "Well, if one of you would like to stop me, be my guest." And he just like stares them all down, and they like, you can tell that like some of these guys here are fucking like kind of like maybe I shouldn't fucking fuck with this guy, and they kind of back up a little bit. This guy right here is like, "Are you seriously all just gonna back off like that and let this man take what's yours?" One of them's kind of like, yeah, he's got a pretty sharp javelin there. I don't know.
What's going on here?
This guy's like, "Oh, great! More adventurers! What have you come to take all our water? What are we supposed to drink?"
We've come to speak with the Fish Lord.
"The Fish Lord's that away," and he points off this direction.
Well, then we'll be on our way.
Push him as we make a path through him.
You don't even have to go through him, so you're just gonna walk through him, like, and
Just to
then
do
turn.
it.
Yeah, just to do it.
Just to go towards the well.
Um,
Now,
Keston walks towards the well, and he appears to fill up his water skin while kind of just like still staring everybody down, and then fucking puts the water skin away, and he starts to back up. He goes,
I imitated everything he did on the other side of the well.
"Okay." You fill up your water skin as well, then? Okay. "Oh, great! Yeah, just great! You just
Zeray walks over to the guy and says, "Surely it is not such a big deal that we take a little bit of water to slate our thirst."
Keston
And I can-
shoots you a
we can
look,
pay you.
Zeray.
We can pay you with
Yes.
these berries.
Keston shoots you a look, and when he does, give me a perception, or what is it in this?
Perception or investigation? I'm gonna roll perception. Doesn't matter. Didn't roll super high there.
You also rolled in the wrong place, but I'm not gonna about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
Oh, I
You
did.
son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I gotta
it
block
looks
you.
One
like
less
you're
hero
fired.
dice for the future.
All right. Yeah. So you got a 9, so you don't even notice.
Yeah.
But he does seem to shoot you kind of a dirty look when you speak up, and then he kind of makes his way off this way. Oh, no. Don't do that.
Oh my god, he grew!
What the hell? How do I undo that
Oh.
shit? Why did it do that?
So you see the little boxes around it? That allows you to change the size of the token. If you accidentally click the wrong place, you can wind up doing that.
Fucking.
Giant's growth. Oh god.
Alright, yeah, so he comes over here. He's going back down the path.
Hmm.
Well, forget about him. Let's find the fish.
Fish Lord.
So which
Zori
way?
shrugs.
Which way are you guys going?
Where's the fish lord?
I'm going south. I'm just going.
I mean,
the guy pointed.
He pointed this way.
Then we go that way.
That man is dangerous.
Which
The one that just got water.
well, he didn't attack us.
I look at myself pridefully. I just grew like a little bit of sense of respect for Will's character, even though he didn't mean it towards me.
Can I pick up on that he's proud of that he took my words to mean referring to him?
Yeah, like if you look back at the party when you said that, you definitely see that he perked up and was like he looked at himself and kind of like did a.
She says, "Yes, our compatriot." Obviously taking advantage of this because she likes to make friends and gain loyalty. She says, "Yes, obviously, our Kenku friend here is a fine specimen of bravery and fearlessness." She basically, if she picks up on it, she totally plays up on that, compliments him even more.
Yo, Kinku Barbarian Flex. Feathers ruffle. Looks up. One or two go fly in because they're not, not groomed.
As you guys make your way into this pathway, I mean, you can see it's just kind of more of the same as the city begins to reveal itself. I assume you guys just kind of continue on down this path, which would reveal.
I'm looking for any fish that I can, though.
I mean, you definitely can see. I mean, there's probably people walking past you with carts of fish and stuff. Honestly, so it wouldn't be hard to just like snatch one off of the side of a cart or something.
Not necessarily snatch one. I would go up and like almost start to peck it, but then I'd look at the person who has the cart and go, "Fish Lord."
He says it like the old man, "Fish Lord."
I don't think that's.
One of the guys kind of stops. Hey, I make a profit off of these, and kind of shoos you away from his cart.
It's too much commotion, or else I would do something.
You guys can move to position like where you guys are. Continue on down the path. because I'm only going to reveal up to where your characters are at this point now. So if you want more reveal, you'll have to move your characters up to the points.
You think that
I'm gonna go up here.
yeah, just be
I'm looking through the window of this house to see if I can see a fish lord.
This red one here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did he stumble upon the actual fish lord?
give me a Give me an investigation roll. Okay, so you fucking, you like jump up on a box and you like look in this window and you see like what appears to be this woman like in like one of those like bathing, like just a big bathtub basically, and just like she's like just, you know, doing her normal morning routine or whatever, and she kind of like looks over her shoulder and screams.
Good berry. Can I get down?
Good. Good. Ellie, I'm enjoying how you're playing this character. Good Burry.
Okay, you jump down, fucking run around the house.
I come around shaking my head.
What was that
Fish
about? I heard a
Fish
scream.
Lord. Fish Lord.
No, we have not found the Fish Lord yet.
no saying that's
Fish Lord.
Ah, Fish Lord was not there.
you guys.
Perhaps we should ask for more directions than just, you know, somebody pointing.
I grabbed the nearest citizen,
Well, they did mention the fish lair.
make them face me, and go, where exactly the lair?
Where exactly is the fish lair? he goes, I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Zaray puts her hand up. She goes, "Calm down, friend. We are looking for the Fish Lord. We had heard he lived in a place called the Fish Lair, but we are unsure about that. Could you
As he
point
begins
us,
freaking out.
could you point us to the specific part of town the Fish Lord resides?"
I would like to grapple him because I'm worried he's gonna run. Because he was like screaming the way he was. So like, you know, Don's gonna say what he did, and then the Kinku is gonna go up and just right before.
Like what?
Zaray starts
Like around his
speaking.
waist, or
I
mean, 'cause he's a human.
Around his arms. So like, I don't want him to do anything.
okay. So all of a sudden, all right, give me athletics roll. Grapple check this guy.
Oh, 12.
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, you run up and grapple this. You grab onto him, and he goes, and he takes off running down the path.
Zaray looks at the Kinku and she says, and she looks at the party. She says, "That was very unproductive. Perhaps you should let me
Some
do the
of
talking."
all of the people that
Someone-
were like kind of in this area are kind of like avoiding your group now, and like walking all as far around you on the path as they can.
As he began running, I began singing a beautiful tune of "Come one, come all, come gather around," and then it like skips a little bit, and you go, "Don't be afraid, don't be alarmed." He learned a lot from the song.
Saray sighs and she goes, I guess we keep heading south then.
He's like,
Zoray keeps on moving down the path. Bumpity bump bump.
la-dee-da.
Walk in the city.
After I hit the corner of this house here, I saw the red house, and I got the other instinct to look for Fish Lord.
Okay. As you come running up, sort of you would kind of see through this back here.
Oh yeah.
I look through the window. See if
Okay, so then you would fucking see.
Fish Lord.
Yeah, so you guys would see this.
Hmm.
You can see through the fence. You can't see what's in the crater. You can just see that there's like a big pit like in there somewhere. But you can't really see a whole lot.
Who digs a giant hole in the back of their yard?
So, back here.
Is the place as pretty as what it resembles on the map too?
Yes, it stands like it's like
Super nature-y.
it is basically a polar opposite to everything else that's around it, which is dirty and like mud ridden from the sea and the constant travel through. Like this place is super well kept.
As we grow closer to this area, the green color on my feathers, the tip of and whatnot, begin to grow a more brighter, vibrant hue. As I don't like the city and like the presence it brings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super attuned with nature, so it's like as we got closer to this, it was like the spot of nature within the city. I kind of started to get excited.
Your excitement is quickly drowned out by the fact that there's a massive iron gate in between you and said nature. You can tell that like it's obviously like his private garden, like his own private little garden that he has. Give me, I would say, probably just Will, give me a insight.
Pretty good roll. $22.
Um, yeah, so I would say that, I mean, just your passive knowledge of, because you're a fucking drow, that you're immediately like, look, people only build gates and do this kind of thing because they're either hiding something or
Protecting something.
yeah,
or-
like like there's something fishy
you only
about
build
this.
gates around something valuable, basically.
Right. Like you can tell you feel like there's more than just a garden to this place. Like it seems off. For lack of a better word, it seems fishy.
Saray
But
goes. Saray goes. You only build walls this high when you really want to keep people out. And in my experience, you really only want to keep people out of places that have something of incredible value. I say we find a way in.
You guys hear, I just want to speak to the Fish Lord. He's not taking any guests today.
I head towards the sound.
Well, let's see.
Oh, hey.
Oh, it's that guy again.
See if I just...
You guys can see that there are two very well armored and outfitted men standing on the outside of this place, and Keston seems to be quarreling with these men as well about the entry to this place. He says, "Look, don't make me fight my way through you two." And he kind of points his javelin at them. One of them kind of scoffs, and he goes, "Get out of here before you get hurt."
It's the sledgehammer again. Not the most subtle approach. Zaray is going to sit back and listen and watch. Trying to...
Give me anyone. Give me a perception or insight, whichever. Could even do a medicine if you wanted.
Oh, awesome. Do that.
Perception.
27 on perception.
24 on medicine.
9 on
Nicely.
deception.
All right. What did you get, Zuri? 17.
Yeah, on
Okay.
perception.
So I would say all of you, except for Adahi, would realize that Keston appears to be drunk. While he's not, like, fallen over himself drunk, you can tell that, like, his aggressive nature and things, like, he's obviously wasted. The guard near the door, like, kind of starts to walk forward to kind of push Keston back, like, you know, get the fuck out of here. And as he, like, pushes forward, like, Keston kind of, like, goes to stumble, and then he just, like, reels back, like, real fast, and just, like, cracks the dude, like, across the face with his shield. The dude like flies back and hits the door, and then he kind of like shakes it off, and he's like, "You son of a bitch!" And he like comes forward and he fucking just lays Keston out, and Keston goes unconscious.
Help.
And he's now laying on the ground here, fucking out. The guard that just punched him out begins to draw his blade. Shing! Son of a bitch. He like,
So Ray steps forward and she goes, Now, there's no need to kill a drunk in the streets.
I repeat to him in his exact voice. I forget exactly what he just said, but it was something about like, you don't want me to be violent, or you don't want this to get hostile.
The guy kind of like, the guard looks at you all and seeing that there's like more of you this time, and particularly he's eyeing the massive warforged standing behind you too. And he's like, look, drag your fucking friend out of here.
Well, that might be a problem. Because, we don't really know him.
You're probably not having much more, are you?
And, we actually need to speak to the Fish Lord.
He's not taking guests. He's busy.
He just.
Well, we tried.
I begin to try to walk inside.
Sorry. What did you say? I was busy. I had to respond to a text really quick.
Well, my internet just gave out, so I don't know.
Great.
I said we
So-
just.
My character stepped forward and said, "There's no need to kill a drunk in the streets."
Yeah,
what-
you know, we're past.
And I don't know what happened
I
after
can
that.
barely hear you, Donovan.
Yeah, you keep cutting out like crazy.
Is this any better?
Yeah.
Incredibly.
Yeah, it's about
Yes.
13 million
Awesome.
times better. All right. So,
Um,
what were you saying, Donovan?
I said we just need him to give us a piece of paper.
You're just looking for invitations then? We can get those. One of the guys goes inside. He comes back out and he has 5 pieces of paper in his hand. Now you'll have to get each of these stamped. And like I said, the Fish Lord's not taking any visitors, so you're not going to get his stamp today. And he
If I may
hands you.
inquire, why is he indisposed currently?
It's a private matter. Come back tomorrow. Maybe he'll see you then.
Sounds reasonable.
I don't like maybes.
How about I cast suggestion on the guards?
Okay.
And I go, well, you see, we're on a bit of a schedule, so it'd be great if we could see him today. They have to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 16.
Okay. So what are you specifying him to do? Because you didn't necessarily. Well, you didn't specify an action though. You just said we need to see him today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just suggesting that he lets us in, like, to see him.
Okay. So what's the save?
Wisdom, DC 16.
And it can only be on one of them, right? I mean, it just says target.
Yeah, I believe just one.
Okay, so I'm assuming the one closest to you.
Yeah.
Okay. He fails. So that's actually not the one that's been talking to you. The one that punched out Keston. That is this one here that punched him out. And this other dude, he's like, hey, look, man, maybe we should let him in. I mean, it's so hot out here, and like it's just one stamp. How long could it take? He goes, the other guy looks over at him like he can't believe what he's hearing right now. And he's just like, "What? You always getting on me about how I'm too light on the adventures, and now you just gonna I'm not.
Oh god!
I'm not even gonna fucking.
It started a conflict. A conflict has been waiting for years.
He's like, you know what? This is fucking bullshit. And he takes his helmet off and throws it at the ground, and that guy goes storming off.
I pick up the helmet.
The other guy goes, "Hey, that's company property."
And
he holds out his hands for it.
I attempt to intimidate him.
Okay.
I help with the intimidation.
And the intimidation is me, like, doing the same thing before. It's my kinku flex, man. My feathers are getting all fluffled, and I'm fucking like, and just trying to be as intimidating as. I want him to run away.
Okay.
He's supposed to let us in.
Zaray steps away from this and goes and checks on the guy on the ground who we presumably were stepping forward to make sure he didn't die.
Do I have advantage because Don's helping me?
It actually
add both our intimidations together.
It actually evens out because you would have been rolling at a disadvantage.
Okay. He's not intimidated.
I think you rolled.
Oh, whoa! I did roll in mine.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
No,
it was in the wrong campaign. It doesn't count.
It didn't even happen in this reality.
Yeah, that's a whole different universe. Now we're breaking walls.
It was very low. It was as if I was looking past him, or maybe even to a civilian behind him, as opposed to like trying to threaten the person in front of me.
You get the sense that it's not even so much that he's not intimidated by you guys, so much as it's that, like, he's more intimidated by the company he works for than he is you. But so he's still holding his hands out for the helmet. He does one of these. Hand it over, please. For some reason, I don't think I can hear anybody.
Can people hear me?
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Nobody said anything to what I said. So.
Yeah. Well,
What?
Zaray is ignoring them trying to threaten a guard for a helmet and is leaning down to help the guy on the ground.
Okay. He's knocked out.
I said, fine, it's an ugly helmet anyway.
Well, fine.
Okay.
Be that way.
So you hand it to him.
Yeah.
All right. He takes it. He then walks over to the door and opens it for you guys. Now try not to be long. He's real busy.
We won't. We just
make
need
no
a stamp,
promises.
correct?
You what? What'd you say, Will?
He said we won't.
But what did
We're
you
just
say?
getting a stamp. And then Donovan said also,
I make no promises.
I make no. It's our characters usually speak up to say the exact opposite thing.
So I assume you go in, Adahi?
Yeah, I step over Kestis to get to the door.
Okay. Okay. Adahi goes in.
Yeah, I go in.
Okay, so the rest of you just step over Keston and go inside.
Zaray tries to help Keston up.
Are you gonna? He's out cold. Are you gonna like?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and.
Actually, you know what? No, Barnaby will pick him up because I can easily carry him.
Okay. You might not be able to easily carry him. He is wearing half plate armor and
Hold on.
a tower shield.
You can lift, drag, push, and carry weight as if one size larger.
What's your strength though?
17.
I mean, you could probably pick him up. I mean, he's not light though, is what I'm saying. Like he's
Right.
fucking heavy as shit. Because he is. Does anybody want to give me a perception on him again? That's not will. Or insight or something. Investigation on him. Since Will already failed miserably at that.
12 perception, very low.
I mean, he just seems to be some sort of armored fighter to you, which you can know. All right, is that all? All right, then. I guess you guys go inside. Then you're just carrying him. When you guys get inside, you're not really met by anybody. There didn't really seem to be anybody inside the house. Servants, like nothing to that effect.
Is there
So-
furniture nearby?
There is. I mean, just like chairs and stuff lining the hallway. It seems to be a fairly nice house. There seems to be like cobwebs and stuff though, and like dust, like a fresh layer of dust on the surface of everything.
So it kind of looks like nobody really been in here.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, at least that this place is this area of the house and stuff is not very lived in. Definitely not seeing a lot of guests.
This is an odd place.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, Fish Lord.
You just
You
yell
have
out.
No subtlety at all, do you?
I repeat what Donovan says, but twice. Hey, Fish Lord. Hey, Fish Lord.
Jesus Christ.
More than him.
This actually wakes up Keston on the ground. It's like, or actually he's being carried by Barnaby. You just hear him kind of, what?
You're waking up. Here, let me put you down. And I kind of drop.
Okay, you put him down, and he kind of holds on to you for a second to like stabilize himself. He's like,
Here, have one of these. You'll feel better.
He has a visible black eye from where he got punched the fuck out.
I hand him one of the good berries that I made earlier.
He looks at it, and he looks at you, and he goes,
You'll feel better.
He puts it in his mouth and eats it, and you see his eye like actually just whoop, like heals back to the way it was, and he makes this like
I know. They're not the greatest.
oh man, my eyes are way better.
Sorry, goes, remind me not to get hurt. Those berries do not seem to be pleasant.
Yeah, they're pretty bitter.
You can't handle good berries.
You're good at that.
As you guys are kind of standing there, it becomes obvious that nobody is going to answer your calls.
I go up to the nearest piece of furniture. Is it just wooden, DM? Or is there like stitching and fabric?
I mean, there's like, yeah, I mean, there's like a cushion on it and stuff.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it's like a nice house. It's like nice, like these are like, it's nice furnishing.
Knowing that I was born in a cage on wheels, aka a carriage. I don't like it when nature feels trapped, so I'm not a fan of furniture like that. So since no one answered me, I want to see what's underneath this wrapped furniture because it's wood and there's this weird texture all over this wood. So
you just start like ripping the like cushions like off the wood.
Yes.
Okay.
Start pecking at it and tearing holes in it.
Yep. Saying, "Fish Lord."
I don't know if you should be doing that. Keston kind of speaks up.
Yeah, that
Right
might
as
not be
I
the nice one.
everyone's like, what are you doing?
No, Adahi could care less. Couldn't care less.
I doubt you are going to find the Fish Lord by destroying the furniture here.
not receiving the reaction he wanted, he kicks the piece of furniture.
All right. Keston's like, he just kind of looks around at the group of you like, which one of you is in charge of him?
He's his own man. He does what he pleases.
Now that you've been kind of standing around him for a while, Will, give me a insight at advantage this time.
$19.
You realize that Keston has, like sharper than normal teeth, and he actually has one red eye, which would lead you to believe that he's got at least some trace of dark elf blood in him.
She looks at him and she goes, "Why? I do believe that you're half dark elf. How odd."
I thought he was.
Yeah,
just
he's gonna say,
stop
yeah,
after why.
yeah, I did too.
Why?
Yeah, why what? He kind of looks at you and just kind of shakes his head. I've never been.
Shakes his head.
Like he's like, I've never been to the Underdark. He goes, I don't know anything about their lifestyles other than they're evil. He says that looking directly into your eyes.
She looks mock offended. She says, "Evil, you say, but you haven't even gotten to know me."
That's
Ooh.
he goes, that's what I'm worried about.
Rage boner. Almost made like.
Yeah, and
He goes-
I mean, he is a dark elf, so I mean, he's probably like pretty hot. And by he, I mean she. Of course.
She goes, "Well, tell me this. Do you know enough to find it odd that I am here and not in the Underdark?"
Wait, what? What'd you say?
Does he know enough about Drow society to know that it's odd that he is here? Not he, she is here, like, and not in the Underdark, because, you know, it's like a matriarchal society, and...
He goes, I don't doubt that it's odd, but that doesn't mean I have to trust you. I know enough of your kind.
She says, I see the Drow coming through. The paranoia is a dead giveaway. She shrugs. I'm sure you'll eventually come to trust me.
She kind of like turns her back to him, and you can tell that he is like obviously stumped and like doesn't really have any like good comebacks. And he, like, when she turns her back to him, he just kind of like fucking flips off the back of her head.
Wait, he did this?
Yeah,
She
he does
goes-
that to the back of her head when she turns around, and then he stops.
She goes, "Now then."
That was very
I-
nice.
What?
And then fucking snaps, just staring at his hands, wing.
She goes, "I assume he made some sort of obscene gesture behind my back."
Yes.
Not all that surprising. He knows the reputation of the Drow, after all. mean, given her backstory, she's not a big fan of their society either.
So as you guys are like roasting Keston, you suddenly hear, you don't necessarily hear it, but it's more of a, you feel the ground beneath you shake a little bit. Like just like you kind of hear like a boom.
You guys feel that?
Explosions underground, or some such thing. That's usually not a good sign.
Hopefully it's this fish lord coming to stamp this shit.
I've had better.
I'll be right back.
Allie, you are really enjoying playing a Kenku.
I mean, we're about at halfway point. If people want to take a second to get a drink or something, since Sean's going AFK.
Sure.
Damn stage right. Yeah, I'm gonna say that, like, okay, during the break, just a brief announcement from this player. I looked up a little bit about Kinku, and it was already after me and Taryn rolled everything for like background and whatnot. Obviously, a little bit was modified, but before you said what you said last week about my name, I was already like contemplating that it was weird, and so I was like, well, I was like trying to justify Calypso, and I was like, well, maybe he made a noise and someone called him that, and then I didn't feel it, you know, and then I was
Yeah, I
like,
gotcha.
well, what did his brood hear when they were in the wilderness when they were first born, and it was a group of travelers being killed, right? So it was the gurgle snap, right? And so that was the noise that he repeated up until essentially language was made amongst this group and amongst the tribe. But when I learned that they do constant mimicry and they don't necessarily actually like learn their language as much as like, I understand common and I know how to use it, but it's like I can't necessarily say stuff if I want to without imitating someone else's voice. Oh, that
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Well,
I mean-
yeah, but Atlee, I think you were born to play a Kenku because you've been paying really good attention to what every other character has like actually said.
Oh yeah, I want
So
you guys
you're
to feel like
very
there's a
good
kinku in your party.
Fish Lord.
Yeah, it's been a blast so far. Which is good, because I'll be honest, today was shit, boys. Which is why I wasn't like lively the first couple of minutes. So it's nice that this has kind of turned it around.
It's good.
Agreed. I took a shit today too.
TMI, Donovan. TMI.
You are shit, I think is what you meant.
That is not what he meant, but I mean, yeah, he is shit. It's true. It's just not what he meant.
No,
Donovan, I love you.
I meant I took a shit.
Oh,
My
okay.
pants.
No.
It was-
What
it was
Sean said is that
glorious.
you are shit. Are you shit?
I'm the shit.
Do you seriously believe your own hype that much?
Generally.
This sounds vaguely familiar.
Ah,
Do you actually believe your hype that
Yes.
much?
I have the hype. Atlee got it. Atlee got what I was getting. Atlee got what I was getting at there.
It's like, that sounds oddly familiar.
I vibe.
What is that part? Hold on. Goddamn, I can't exactly remember.
It's oh gosh, it's Frieza. No, it's when it's when him and Trunks are confronting like Cell or 18 or something.
Oh, that's right.
Do you seriously believe your own
And
hype that
Sal
much?
saying that, he's like, do you actually believe I am the hype?
No, I'm just the shit. Just the shit.
Just the shit?
See, I need to come across the sailor that sounds like Vegeta, and then Snap will be born.
Repressing in 3, 2.
So I grew up with oh yeah. So I mean, it's not that I can only say what you guys have said, right? You know, but
Yeah,
it's funner.
no,
It's funner to play off
it
of
is.
it right now.
It is, but you can always like you've got the pattern of speech down right where it's a little bit broken, like you're actually changing accents and stuff like that.
That shit's confusing me.
Well, because you learn all of your words by listening to other things speak.
Right.
So
I accidentally said Sean's Goodberry wrong earlier, and I'm sorry. I know everyone caught it. It wasn't the right accent. I'll never do it again. I was just trying to do one of those. I'm saying too many. It was. I was switching back and forth, and
it's okay, Atlee. We still have faith in you.
thank you, Will.
I mean, I already said you were doing a great job as a Kenku, so I don't know what more you want me to say.
Atlee,
No,
you
that
see
was
Miss,
it. That was all I needed.
see Miss Ash?
I see Miss Ash. That moment when you turn your lamp on and it says no. Oh. It said yes.
Everything okay there, Atlee?
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Hold on. Let me roll a d20.
I'm back.
Things were in
Hao.
fact not fine.
Things
Yeah.
are not fine. Don't you fucking knee on me.
Yeah.
But what about me hoi manoi?
Nihoi Manoi?
What about knee Y, huh?
Ni ha ha ba bobble.
Me what?
Ni ha ha ba bobble.
Hey there, Doodle Bob.
Knee boy, me noi, see me noi, me noi.
Show where they create a retard and then kill it.
That was Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, and the Doodle Bob episode.
Well, I don't know if Doodle Bob was like.
It wasn't as explicit as the.
It was definitely. Yeah, they definitely went.
Full on obvious what they were doing. Okay, yeah, I mean you win, obviously. Bunny.
You know, Powerpuff Girls did a lot of beating up on retards.
Look, Mojo Jojo wasn't retarded. He was just a monkey, dude.
No, but look
He
at
wasn't
fucking
Look at what they did
Fluffy
to him.
Lumpkin. Fluffy Lumpkins.
Dude, he
I
was
mean,
a
he's more of a
redneck.
yeah, he was more of a redneck than a.
He was dumber than fuck.
Yeah, they were ahead of their times, dude. He had a Confederate flag or something.
I'm pretty sure
I
he
don't-
did.
Did he? He had a banjo. All I remember about him is he had a banjo and he fought with a giant rock.
I mean, it was obvious the character that they were getting across.
I got it. Did you hear that they officially
did you-
made one of the Gorillas members like one
Damn
of?
it! You took it from me. I was about to say that. Yeah, he's one of the guys
Yeah.
that was from
Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They made Ace. They replaced what's his nuts? The Murdoch. They
Yeah, he's
replaced
off doing
Murdoch
his weird
with
shit
Ace.
because he was in hell and yada yada. And there's a cool
Yeah.
story going on there. Which means, in case anyone hasn't figured out what that implies, that Powerpuff Girls canonly is real.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm down.
I just want them
By now,
to
the Powerpuff
remake.
Girls would be Powerpuff Women.
Oh. Well,
They
I think
need
that
to
already came
remake
out years ago. You just have to
fucking
Lot of time.
remake the Clint Eastwood video
You just
with
have to
Ace
go to
and
Pornhub
add
for that
Mojo
version.
yeah.
Jojo in there
Oh
as
my
well,
god.
since it's all technically one universe now. Since it's all
That's an easy task.
I'd very much like to see that.
I'm sorry.
Then, as you all stand in the echoing silence of the empty house, you feel another shake come from your feet.
Can I determine whether it's coming from below me or like?
I mean, it feels like it's coming from below you, but give me maybe like
I feel like that might be a survival.
yeah, I mean survival or insight. I'd take that, maybe perception.
I'll do survival. 25.
You can determine that while it is coming from below you, it doesn't feel like it's coming from directly below you. It feels like it's coming from the back end of the house or like outside even.
I would probably slowly make my way to the back of the house, kicking over any furniture that crosses my way.
I go to the back of the house.
Seeing as it is furniture, none of it can cross your way, but I assume you walk out of your way to
Yeah.
make sure that happens.
I was going to say, I head to the back of the house, but I get there quicker because I don't stop to kick every chair.
Hey, it's not just chairs.
Yeah.
It's tables and couches too.
Yeah, I'm not like furniturist, bro.
I'm
Like,
I'm not discriminatory, just towards
Yeah.
all furniture.
This
So-
wood has been misshaped from the tree in which it used to be.
You all move into the backyard. And when you do this, you see there is a dwarf who is wearing this odd, like, array of clothes that seem to be made of, like, fish scales. Like, but not, it doesn't, it's not like it's, like, real gross. It's like, think of it's like, if you've ever seen, like, a rainbow trout, how it's, like, that sheen, like, it's, like, almost like he's wearing, like, a silk shirt or something. But you can tell as you get close that it's, like, fish scales.
The fish lord, I presume.
What are you all doing here? I'm not taking any visitors today.
Well, your guards let us in, so that says otherwise.
Remind me to fire them both.
Fire them both.
One of them already quit.
What? You can't hire any decent mercenaries these days.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, it would depend on how much you pay them, but yes.
He whistles at this high pitch, and this guy who's standing by the back gate comes around the crater and stands in front of the fish lord. This guy appears to be a Goliath. He's not wearing the same outfit and stuff that the previous guys were.
Well, obviously you have some good help.
Look, we're not here for trouble. We just need your stamp.
I look at him and I say, "Look, we're here for trouble."
That's not what I said.
He says, "If you're here for trouble, that's what you'll get."
I think I specifically said we're not here for trouble. Don't mind
We're here
our
for trouble.
friend here. He's a little quick on the draw. We just need your stamp, and then we'll be on our way. As Snap is literally staring at them like, "Fight, bitch, fight, fight."
He looks at you all and he goes, "Well, there is actually something you could do for me. I need another one of the stones. It's a ritual stone I'm using for a project I'm working on, and I can't exactly finish my project until I have it. The old tribal people, though, from this area, they don't want to give it to me. Superstitious fools. Don't they know I'm trying to do real magic here?"
I can't imagine why. You're so charming.
He goes,
You can't handle superstitious tribals.
he says, "If you can handle this, you can handle the tribals." He goes, "And get me my stone, then I'll get you your stamp."
What's the project you're working on?
That doesn't concern you. If you want the stamp,
Mind
you'll get me
your
the
damn
stone.
Motherfucking business.
What will our recompense for doing this be?
The invite
The stamp.
from the fish lord.
He says, "Yep, I'll give you my stamp, which will certify you from this area. Then you'll have to go get your stamp from Gorbost and your stamp from the Elven Isles. And then you'll be able to travel into Sentia and take your trials into being the King's Gambit."
Ah, I see. There's more than one stamp. The song did not explain any of this.
It's a complicated process. We can't just put it all in a song. Besides, that song's old as shit. Things have changed.
You couldn't have put a reference to, gather the 3 stamps, or...
Look, I didn't make the song. I just signed the papers.
Snap begins singing. He goes, "We'll gladly be waiting. It shouldn't take long."
She goes, "These tribal folk.
Tell
Can you tell us more about them?"
They're the people that were here before this town was put up. We've had a rough past, and I'm assuming that's why they don't want to give me the stone now. I drove some of their people out of the area. Well, not out of the area, just into my town. They saw that life was better here than living amongst the ruins of some godforsaken town.
I'll need the helmet of one of your guards.
I don't have any guards.
Remember, he just fired them. Or they quit.
No, he said they were mercenaries, but I don't care about the wording. They were guarding your house, so they're your guards. That's Adahy's logic.
Do
Well,
you
he-
expect them to get violent with us when we ask them for the stone?
No, I was gonna say we killed him and ask for the stone as a reward.
you say that out loud?
Sorry, guys, I'm being fat.
Yeah.
I just ate shrimp tape. I figure it.
Okay. He goes, "Get the hell off my property."
He did not mean that. Or he does not speak for all of us, I should say.
He speaks for himself.
I'll have
I
you all
wouldn't
know
reply.
that I'm warded by the goddamn king. If I die, they send an entire battalion here to send all of you to hell.
And you think these tribals would tell the king?
No, he's warded. Meaning that it doesn't matter what the tribals say or what it doesn't matter if we're the only witnesses. He's warded. They'll know the minute he dies.
I don't get what you're saying.
Does not
Obviously.
compute.
Surrounded by idiots.
Ooh.
Actually, Donovan, you would probably be fairly familiar with that type of security. With the magical
Yeah,
wardings.
but I don't need to let I don't need to let them know that.
No, I mean but you would probably would know.
We will try and get the stone for you. I'm assuming that this one here, and she looks at the Warforged, and she says, "Well, not if we get the stone for you. I assume you will not hold his words against us and hold up your end of the bargain."
Just get the damn stone.
Right. Zray turns to leave.
Is there any furniture outside?
Quick
There's like a
question
stone
there,
bench.
Quick question there, Mr. Fish Lord. Where are these tribal people?
Said they're west of the town. They live on the coast.
In ruins, you said.
It's the ruins of the first town that was here.
Hmm. Well, good then. Zray doesn't wait for the others. She turns to leave.
Still say it would have been a good plan. Trick the stupid tribals.
Yes, you did not make that clear before you know, sounded like you made a threat on our employer's life.
I said, so I could say I killed him, and say I'd actually kill him. Trust me, I wouldn't say I'd actually kill him, I'd just kill him.
I assume you all are having
You
this.
really have no respect for life.
He says so sadly.
Keston's like, It's all right, big fella. We'll get you a drink. And he like pats you on the back.
I don't drink.
Maybe that's your problem. And he walks inside.
Zray says, he has a point.
I don't drink because I don't have a stomach. Jeez.
I think his point was you need to loosen up.
Then I'll fall apart.
Oh, now he takes things literally.
I assume you guys file out of the backyard and
Yes.
okay.
I assume
Yeah.
so.
So you're all standing out front again.
Do I see anything shiny when we're walking back through the house?
I mean, you want to look for something shiny, or you just like?
Yeah, I was just wondering if anything's just like glimmering.
I mean, there's no like gems in fucking glass boxes or anything like that, but there's like, you know, probably like fine china and like, you know, silverware, things to that effect, like laid out around on tables and stuff.
Not my thing.
Yeah, but other than
I'll
that,
break one though.
you, what are the plates?
Oh yeah. I need to test the value of it.
he like breaks it in half and
Yeah.
The rest of you were like,
Somebody needs to watch him.
Keston goes, not it.
Well, I think we're all watching him right now.
Not it. I vote this one, and she points to the bugbear, Barney, as she calls him. She points to Barney, and she says, he seems like he would make a good nursemaid.
Well, thank you, but I'm going to decline.
I'm going to take that for the compliment it clearly wasn't.
Keston begins to make his way off this way.
Samus! She's opening the Coke! Sorry.
Not the cocaine.
Atlee can't afford cocaine.
Atlee had to drop out. He has to deal with a coked up dog.
I follow Kestrel.
I don't know who that is, so I assume you go walking off in a random direction.
Yes.
As we walk out of the house, I take out my scimitar and I carve a fish symbol at the base of the corner. Right about here.
Fuck is wrong with you?
He does a little fish, and then right next to it he puts a crown. Fish Lord.
Yes, Will. Yes.
All right. You guys begin to move further and further on the edge of town. And as you come around this area, you can see it's somewhat elevated up on this little area here. You can see the ruins begin to take shape in the distance.
And we can see it visually now.
Yeah, you guys can see it like from because it's kind of like up on a hill, sort of like elevated from you, so you can see it from a distance as soon as you kind of get past the initial houses.
When the party is all within like earshot and Snap knows it, he makes a comment that goes, "A dead city. Very pleasing."
That's disturbing.
Happens all the time.
No.
He repeats happens all the time, but in a much higher tone, very similar to that of Zeray's, but happens all the time. Happens all the time.
Oh no.
I'm giving Atlee too much good material to work with.
I meant how pleased he was that there's a dead city.
He does not seem to be a fan of civilization, I have noticed.
I don't blame him.
Why would you?
As you guys begin making your way up closer and closer, you can suddenly see that there are a group of what appear to be like tribal like elves. Some of them sitting perched up on the tops of some of these rock faces here. And one of them kind of calls out down to one of you. It's about here. He's about here, and he calls out to you when you guys come walking around. Halt! What's your business here?
No one sees the fish lord today.
It was
We are here to pick up something and deliver it.
says, we have no business with the fish lord. We don't do business with his kind.
What about doing business with us?
What sort of business?
What was it that he wanted us to get?
A stone. The stone.
Well, we'd be pretty interested in a certain stone.
I pick up the closest rock. And I begin walking it back to the group, saying, "Stone!"
And you gotta say, stone?
Yeah.
Like Barnaby.
Stone.
We are here on as intermediaries.
Keston kind of leans over to you, Atlee, and he goes, I don't think that's the one, bud.
We're here as intermediaries to see if there's anything that might be done for you to give us the stone.
He's like, that fish lord, he won't stop pursuing this. He's already taken most of our buildings down, all of our commerce. We have barely any trade. And yet he still wants more.
Well, we are not here to browbeat you into giving it to us.
I'll beat their brows.
You need to stop talking.
Now, there's no need for violence.
Just immediately, you need to know.
She looks back up. Is there anything at all that we can do for you that would allow you to give us the stone?
They all, he seems to be like contemplating it. He goes, bring us the fish lord. Bring him here, and we'll give you the stone.
What do you intend to do with him?
That's between us and the fish lord.
You know he's warded, right?
We know.
Listen. We kinda need him to stamp these pieces of paper for us. That's the only reason we need the stone. Can you make a decoy that looks just like it?
If he's dead, you'll have access to the stamp. Just bring him here. We'll do the hard part.
This is the only thing that you will allow us to obtain the stone. Or obtain the stamp.
Unless you all have something better to barter with.
I hold up my rock.
Makes a compelling argument.
Good Barry.
We will.
One of the others kind of speaks up. He goes, is any of you a healer?
I?
Come on. He seems to be like quarreling with the guy who was talking to you previously. Please, heal our sick.
Well, how many are there, and what are they sick from?
We think the fish lord, he poisoned some set of fish that he sent us in the last shipment. That's why we stopped trade with him. I think he's trying to kill us off.
Why would he do that?
So that he could just take the stone from us.
What does he even want to do with it?
He's
They
trying to
told
harness
us
his
you
power.
wouldn't give it to him because you were superstitious.
The stone holds much power. He plans to abuse it.
He did seem the rather suspicious sort. Hmm. Zeray looks back to the party. Well, you appear to be my allies in this. What do you think we should do?
I knew his furniture was too nice to be good. I said we kill him.
You want
I just
to
want to
kill
punch
the Fish
something at
Lord?
this point.
You say we kill the Fish Lord.
Well- We'll have time for all that later. Okay, take me to these sick people.
The elf goes to jump down, and Keston reaches out and grabs your arm before you walk forward. And he goes, "Wait, we have leverage."
What do you mean?
Good point. He'll heal your sick if you give us the stone.
They all,
But-
the two kind of seem like they're quarreling about it again.
But I'm gonna heal them anyway.
Shut up.
They kind of stop. You will?
No. Because if he tries, I'll punch him.
Ooh, threatening with a punch.
I'll heal that too.
Yeah, he threatened a healer who can heal himself.
I put my hand on my sword then.
Whoa, there's no need to get violent here. Barney is his own man. If he wants to screw us over, I see no reason that should result in violence. We can always just kill the Fish Lord.
I don't think you guys understand the power of the king's army.
I'm not talking about killing anyone, damn it. I'm talking about saving people.
Right.
Now, I
Yeah,
get that
By
we
you
need
not
something,
saving
but-
people right now, we can prevent killing anyone later. You see how this works? You say no until we get the
see your
stone.
point. I see your point, but that's just not the type of person I am.
Mm-hmm. 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 I pull my sword out a little bit.
Threaten me all you want.
Keston puts his javelin into your back. Like, not
Oh,
into it, but he puts it against your back. No.
Oh.
Adahi. He goes, "There's no need for any of that."
Now, wait. Let's just wait a second here. I'm sure we can all come to an accord. Barnaby, Barney, he obviously wants to heal these people. However, perhaps he should assess their condition before doing anything. If whatever's afflicting them will not be fatal, perhaps he can take care of the ones that will be fatal, and we can negotiate further for the stamp or the stone. There's no reason that this has to turn violent.
Except that I'd very much like it to.
Keston
Except if
Keston goes, "I promise you'll regret it."
I look at the two guards that are arguing. As my companions have said, we do need the stone. But I cannot sit by and watch people suffer.
They kind of.
So at least let me see the sick.
He goes, "Follow me," and one of them kind of goes off deeper into the ruins.
I follow him.
Don't take your point off his back, Keston.
He's got it on you, bud.
Oh. Don't take your point off my back, Keston.
That's the.
Because I will cut him down.
I just. You. No, please.
So he takes you through into the back of the ruins. It's almost like a maze from the crumbling rocks and things.
Right.
And the rest of you kind of stay out front with the other dude. When you get back there, you see there's about 10 people, which you would assume to be are the rest of this tribe. And they're all like laid out in these beds underneath this kind of overhanging rock. They, as you get close, all of their skin, like, you give me a like perception.
All right. Ah, 14.
You can see that their skin has almost a similar sheen to the clothes that the Fish Lord was wearing.
That's a little weird. Okay. So looking at all of the people laying here, I'm going to cast Detect Poison and Disease.
So what does all that do specifically?
So the first part's just like not really gonna matter because for the duration you can sense the presence and location of poisonous creatures and it's within 30 feet of you. So like that'd be like all these people or whatever. But it says you also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead,
I would say
or
that
3 feet of wood or dirt.
through your knowledge of medicine and your knowledge of being a cleric, when you cast the spell, you can tell immediately that this is not caused by a poison or a disease. This is caused by like a curse or something magical. It's not something necessarily that you could heal through traditional magical means. Like they would have to be like cleansed in a holy place. Or if you could bless them somehow, pretty much, but that'd be like your like only way. And even then, you're not sure if the magic that you have would be strong enough to cure whatever this curse is, because you don't really know anything about it other than it seems bad.
Well, this is
Curses are never good. I'll say you know that much.
this doesn't look good.
If it was a disease or something, I could help, but this is way beyond me.
So what, you're saying you can't help us? Hello?
I'm looking through my list, seeing if there's anything. You said I could try and bless them?
Yeah, I mean, that would be like the most basic form of trying to like cleanse them.
Well, I can at least try something. Hopefully it doesn't make anything worse. So yeah, then I'll cast bless. Targets up to 3 of them. Yeah.
Okay. Do you pick like the 3 with like the worst condition or something?
Yeah.
All right.
So basically, it's like gave him an inspiration die, basically.
Pretty much what happens is you cast it, and from what you can tell, the effects of the curse seem to recede a little bit on those people. But it doesn't completely go away. You feel like if you sat here and just like kept casting bless over and over, you might be able to heal these people, but you don't think you could muster up the magical energy to continue to do it faster than what this curse will kill them. I would say that from casting bless, you know that you don't have enough holy power here to save these people. Like, you would need to bring them to a church of some sort or some sort of divine holy place.
So yeah, I mean, I relay that to the guard that walked me back here.
He's like, we can't take these people all the way to the church. The closest real church is all the way back in Sentia. They'll never make it that far. This is the Fish King. Or the Fish Lord. He goes, he caused this curse. You can break this curse if you figure out how he's doing it. Here. And he pulls out this like glowing stone from this pack behind the tree. He goes, take it, quick, before my brother sees. He says,
Thank you very much.
Give it.
I do apologize that I can't do any.
He says, use the stone to get on his good side. When you do, find out how he made this curse.
I'll try my best.
He kind of pulls you and goes, come back for us, damn it!
We don't need your best. We need you to actually succeed. Do or do not. There is no try.
He like leads.
He said that because it went from a main story quest symbol above his head to a side story quest symbol above his head.
Yes.
You that's funny. I know this isn't part of the main story, but come back for us, you motherfucker. Um, he guides you back through the maze of the ruins and back out to your party.
Again, I'm sorry that I could not do more.
Just try to negotiate with the fish lord and bring him back here. The guy says.
Start
When
walking.
Barnaby emerges from the ruins, I say, "Good berry."
No, the berries didn't work. But there's something we need to talk about.
I assume you guys kind of start walking away from the ruins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like I think
Barnaby
when we
can
get
relay
to,
this while
like,
you guys are walking into the edge of
Yeah.
town.
like, so those people aren't sick. They've been cursed.
Hmm.
And they're pretty sure it was the fish. And to be honest, their skin looked kinda fishy.
Yes. Yes. Fucking 1 point for Barnabas, the vampire.
Oh yeah?
Yo, that
Where's
would be
Donovan?
fire if that happened.
Is Donovan even here?
I believe so. He moved from the tree.
Sometimes.
So, does anybody react to this news?
Hmm. He did seem very drow-like.
I if he's doing something that is causing this, I think we should put a stop to it.
I don't care.
Is that what you say?
How would I put it? Yeah.
They gave us the stone.
Kessen's like, what?
Oh, cool. Mission accomplished. Let's go get our stamp.
Yeah, we can get our stamp, but we should also do something about it.
You guys have a very, very, very loose sense of the whole not our problem. So,
You guys head back to the fish lord's place, I assume, then?
Yep.
ta.
Um. Yeah.
I go to the corner of the house where I made the symbol.
All right. Um,
I put a second notch next to it.
um, as you guys head back into the backyard, um, the fish lord is standing in the same spot, observing over the top of it, over the top of the crater. And as you come in, he goes, "That was quick," and he comes walking towards the door. "You have news?"
Yeah. We got you the stone. Also, did you know those people are very, very sick?
Yeah, they blame me for it. Fools. They blame me for living uncivilized, keeping their fish in the warm heat, and they get sick from it. Blame me for it. And he holds out his hand. Now hand over the stone.
I look around at everybody to like see if I have their approval to hand the stone over.
Why don't you stamp our papers first? You can see the stone.
He goes,
You
"No,
know
no,
we have
no.
it.
That's not the way it works." He says, I've no reason to lie to you."
Well, you've no reason to tell us the truth either.
He says, "If you want the stamp, you'll give me the stone. That was the deal."
I say, if you want the stone, you'll give me the stamp. That was the deal.
God damn it.
that got Taryn.
Atlee's really killing this one.
Yes.
I want to see him play another Kinku down the line.
I mean, morally speaking,
He kind of just,
Ray-
yeah, he just kind of glazes over fucking Allie's statement and kind of
yeah.
looks at one of you.
I mean,
Okay.
Zaray, loyalty is actually an important, thing to Zaray, so she would back you up if it came down to it, because she views you as more of an ally than this guy. But actually, morally speaking, she has no problem with not going back to help people that we have no reason to help.
I have a feeling that I'm the only one, because Taryn made my ass lawful good.
Right, but when you look at Zaray, she would just sort
She's
of
a
give you an
pirate.
indication it's your choice, right? Like you were the in her mind, right? Your reward for being competent and getting the stone is it's your decision what to do with it. Right? Like she's not going to tell you to give the guy the stone. And
Well, I mean, they told me to give him the stone and gain his trust. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to him anyway. I just literally looked around to see if anybody was like objecting to it, and Donovan's big warforged ass did.
I did as well.
Yeah.
So you have indifferent, you have two people saying no, and Keston's seems indifferent as well. Keston seems ready for either outcome to this.
Well, we did have a deal. Here's the stone.
He takes it. Fools! No.
I will now summon the Lord of Worms! God damn it!
I immediately crack him in the head with my mace.
Yeah, he just passes out. He does.
Goodberry doesn't fuck around.
He does seem to be almost possessed for a moment when you hand him the stone, and entranced, just looking at it, and then he kind of like shakes it off and looks at the rest of you, and he goes, let me attend to something, and I'll get the stamp. And he goes, Tobias, get the stamp from inside. You see him like going over towards the edge of the crater, and he starts to like slide in.
Mr. Fishlord,
Tobias
what exactly
goes past you all into the house.
What exactly are you doing with the crystal or the stone?
Do you guys like walk up to the edge of it and actually like look down in there?
Yeah, damn
If
sure.
nobody
do.
stops, us, yeah, Zeray would do it just out of pure
Yeah.
curiosity.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
When you look down inside, you see what appears to be the skeleton of some huge worm.
Worm, like a dragon, or
Potentially, it's hard to tell with it just being the skeleton, but you can obviously see kind of the way it looks here, like just this huge long spine.
kind of looks like a snake.
Yeah, and he walks up to the head, and he takes the stone and he puts it into one of its eye sockets. And as he does that, the entire thing suddenly begins to glow, and the ground starts to shake. That's my ground shake noise. I am going to post a picture.
Great.
I am going to look at the picture.
We so gonna die.
Why? When are guys gonna learn that it's always the guy that opens the portal to hell that's gonna die first? Just saying. Shit.
I ain't scared.
This thing. Fucking yeah. This thing comes out of the ground. It is probably over 100 feet long. I mean, it's pretty fucking big. Immediately the fish lord, he starts to chant this spell, and as he starts to chant, the fucking thing like shakes its head as it comes alive, and it like knocks him back, and he hits his head on the rock, and he like loses concentration. He goes, "No, wait, no," and he starts to chant the magic words again, and the thing fucking like turns and just mauls him like in one bite. Just drags his like half of his corpse like across the side of the cavern, and then it fucking just rears up and like looks at all of you.
I yell my native name of Gurgle Snap.
Initiative. How did you do that initiative thing, Atlee?
All right. So over on the left, like where you have like select, move, draw shape, etc. One of them is going to be like an initiative track counter thing when you are the master. I don't think I can see it when I'm the player.
Uh,
Hey, Taryn, do I actually have a 0 initiative modifier?
you might. What's your dexterity?
0.
Yeah, then.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I got a 7 on initiative.
Not nat 20.
I got a nat 20. It's a 23 total.
I'm just seeing die. Oh, I'm not the fucking DM on this
Yep.
one.
Yep. That's why. Yep. You won't see it as a player, but it should be like one extra block that has it, and then I was able to just like plug in people's names and/or drag icons. Yeah. And then if you actually drag the icons that are on the field right now, like when you hover over their turn on the turn order box, it'll actually highlight said icon if things start to get hairy and/or confusing. It's pretty cool. So like in instances like this, it's actually making me want to do individual turns as opposed to like all the earth elementals moving at the same time last week. You know.
Well, it depends on the encounter. I usually
Sure.
do creature groups. So like I'll be like, okay, all of the wolves in this party are gonna move at the same time.
So
Right.
essentially, this thing is big enough. Assume that if you're standing at the edge of this crater, you can hit it with a melee attack. And it can hit all of you within this entire area of this garden.
Me and the Warforged are both nat 20 rolling.
And then let me.
Dude, we've been ready for a fight this whole fucking
Yeah,
time.
they're the
and
two
we're
that are like,
just like,
and the fucking
they got the nat 20, they're both
yeah!
just like, finally! They're like, finally, we get to fight.
You know that guttural, mean dog sound? Imagine a bird making that sound. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Okay, both got 17. All right, so what'd you get, Zaray?
Not nat 20.
Okay, Keston is 17. Gurgle Snap.
Nat 20, 22.
Okay. Barnaby, 7, you said?
7.
And Adahi.
Not much of a
23.
fighter, guys.
nat 20,
Well, what's the total?
23.
Wait, why is it like...
You can manually reorder it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
You,
Yeah.
you can set it to descending too.
Yeah, but it was like... trying to alphabetize it too. It was weird. Anyways, fucking... There you go. So then... Yeah. First turn would be... Adahi!
All right, so hold on, I gotta open up my spells. Make sure I know what the spells do.
Where's my pen?
You should have been done this shit already.
Hey, Sean, fuck off.
I agree,
Thanks.
Sean. Fuck off.
Sean.
Yes, so I point at it and I cast Hunter's Mark.
It's okay, At. They do that when they know I'm right.
Hey,
No.
Sean,
Oh,
I
man.
remember us telling you the same thing throughout the entire 9 planes of fucking hell. All right, I'm done.
Because your turns took longer.
Debatable. And I'm gonna go ahead and swing at this thing with all of my might and my giant great sword of power. It's an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. That's it's 100. A 15.
That's your damage.
Hold on, let me make sure I don't do anything extra. Um, yeah, and next turn I'll add a D8 because it's now wounded or injured. Has been hurt. Because of wounded prey. Come on, shut up. Dude.
Can't you?
Can't I what?
Never mind.
Oh, wait. No, you're right. I have an action surge. I swing again.
Do you only have the one attack right now?
Right now, because I'm only technically a. No, I can take an extra action once between rests.
But you only
So
have one attack though.
Yes. Only one attack for right now.
True. Oh, I'm thinking because you can do your. You can add your like superiority die and shit. And...
Yeah, and I have the Great Weapon Master as well, so if I crit or kill a creature, I can take an extra attack.
True.
But I am going to use my extra action per rest to swing again. That's a 24 to hit. It's got Hunter's Mark, so 3, 5, and then it is a wounded prey. I do an damage, so 22 total for that attack. Plus the 15 would be 37 total.
All right. Gargle snap.
Um, am I able to hold my form if I were to shapeshift and then rage?
Yeah. Yeah, you can, because you can technically rage as an animal. Like, there's nothing in the rules that designate that you can't rage as a beast. That's kind of one of the good things about being a fucking druid barbarian. Their synergy is actually pretty good.
Well, I think I'm gonna use a bonus action to turn into a dire wolf.
Okay.
Um, wait a darn tune.
You're laying on my lighter.
No, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna rage first turn for bonus action, and then it'd be, well, no, because I wouldn't be able to transform if I was already raging, do you think? So should it be truthfully like go animal first turn bonus action and the next turn bonus action then rage?
With your
Yes.
druid thing, Atlee, the
Mhm.
reason I didn't assign you spells is because druids have access to their entire spell list.
Oh, okay.
So you just choose what they are at the beginning of the day, and then
Right.
the dope thing about druids is as long as you have 10 minutes, you can change any of those spells to one of the other spells,
Right.
which is OP as fuck.
I just didn't know if you had some in mind, I guess is what it was.
I mean, I didn't. Since that's the way druids work, I figure
I feel it.
you know them all. So
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be first turn dire wolf. And then I will ferociously approach it and attack. I can't get crazy because I'm still low level druid right now.
yeah, but you get. Are you raging right now?
Not yet,
Okay.
because that would have taken 2 bonus actions.
Just as a future reference, something most people do as barbarians is they pretty much say, if battle starting, okay, I'm raging."
Right.
And you say if you want, I would consider you already raging at this point if that's something you want to have happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can I do the same thing with my tether? Because it takes an action to do the tether. Or
No, with the tether is, I will let you. You don't have to do an action for each tether.
okay.
If you want to just one action, boom, you tether everybody. If you specify that you've tethered everybody before battle starts, then yeah, I'll let that happen. But I'd say it's not as quick of a thing as like
It's an
him
action.
getting
Raging
mad.
Is
Like, you know
raging
what I
is
mean? Like,
technically a bonus action anyway.
yeah,
I
I feel like he could get mad mid
yeah.
movement
I get
kind
what
of
you're
thing.
saying. Yeah.
I
I
can
just wanted to
explain his away.
clarify because that's another thing that's like sort of
Yours is a little bit more OP as well, so I don't necessarily want to
I got you.
make you have to have at least a little bit of setup before you start fucking controlling the field.
All right. I'm going to transform into a wolf, like I said. It's black furred, and then the claws are like twice the size of what it should be. both the paw and like the nail, if you will, because form of the beast is triggered for the barbarian claw mode, and so I will attack twice.
Don't forget you get your ragey thing. So if you wanted a tail, I don't remember if
That's
you
what
remember
I'm
us
saying. I'm
talking
doing
about.
the claws.
Oh, so this is 2 with the wait. No, that's what. So you don't have. You could do the tail, and I would give you an extra attack if you wanted. On top of the attacks you already get, is what I'm saying. Because
Okay, so it would be
because you already get all of the benefits of the second stuff.
right.
Like the secondary, you get what I'm saying? Like
Right.
when you bite something, you get the health back. When you claw something, you get the extra claw. And then so if you have a tail, you just get an extra attack. Is the way I'm treating that. Where so the tail is really the only one that benefits you to rage, unless you're not a creature already, or unless you're not a fucking animal that already has claws or teeth. Whereas I'm seeing it as right now, you already have claws and teeth, so if you wanted to just do a tail, you would get an extra attack. Is how I'm treating it.
Okay.
If you want to take an extra attack on top of what you were already doing, that's the way you would do it. Is what I'm saying. You don't have to do that.
Right. Well, in my head, it's like claws. I only get 2 attacks. So you're saying with tail, I would still get 2 then?
Yeah, because the way. Well, so what is your attack as a direwolf? I guess this is what I should say.
It would be just a bite.
Okay, so then then what you're wanting to do is you would do the claws. But like say you're an animal later on that has like 2 claws and a bite as their attack, you could just do the tail and you'll get the 2 claws and the bite and the fucking tail and the extra claw.
Right.
Yeah. That's all I was trying to say.
I'm with it.
So yeah, if your thing is a bite, then yeah, you could do the claws and then do your like a clawing fucking wolf biting crazy motherfucker.
Crazy mode. Crazy wolf, raging wolf.
Yeah.
Also, one of my passives, since I'm a dire wolf right now, is pack tactics, so I have advantage on attack rolls against the creature, as long as one of my allies is within 5 feet of the creature and not incapacitated. So it's going to be Jesus Christ. I normally hate it when turns take this long. I'm so sorry. And I'm not even asking you the right thing. This is still straight to Terran. So it's going to be 2 claws. So 1 claw, 1 claw, 2 claw, 2 claw. So the first claw was a 14, second claw was 23.
Oh yeah, you. First one was a 14. You said.
Yes.
So okay, so no on that one, but the 23, yeah.
Okay. And then 1 bite. Oops. 1 bite. Same roll back to back. 16.
No dice on that one either.
Word. The damage. +2 because raging. 8. That's it.
I don't.
I realize.
20 minutes later, the bird dealt 8 damage. I'm so sorry, guys. It was like I had advantage on the roll due to pack tactics, but like every bad roll was paired with another bad roll, and then I got 2 good rolls, but it was paired with the other good roll. It's like, come on.
All right. So you did 8 total.
See,
Oh, Zoray.
Okay. Then I'm going to take my action to tether up to 4 creatures. Right?
Yeah, that are willing. Yeah, so I
That
assume
are willing. So, yes. And
So
then,
assume your 4 party members.
Yep. My 4 party members. And then I was. Yeah. I gotta zoom in. Okay, there we go. Yep. And then I'm gonna move back behind the guy with the tower shield.
All right.
So I can now cast spells through all of you. Which will be nice.
Da-da. So Keston, I assume that's the end of your turn, Will.
Yep.
Keston reaches into his bag and he pulls out a holy symbol and he begins to chant, and as he chants his eyes begin to glow, and he seems like suddenly just extremely focused, and he then quickly puts the symbol away and he launches 2 javelins at this guy, or this worm. So he rolls the +9. Oof. Yeah, both of them miss. Oh, except for he rolls at advantage. Forgot. Hey, that's more like it. And I can choose to re-roll a hit from the trait, so I'm gonna re-roll the 8. Because, hey, and I got an 8 again, so it still misses.
That's a good
I was
number.
destined not to hit. He does hit with 1, though. He will sacrifice a spell slot, so it does. It is 29. So he he like reels back and like aims, and then the javelin begins to glow like white hot, and he throws it and it pierces straight through the worm. It actually does more than that. I just realized. It actually does it would just only do 3 more damage than that. Or no, sorry. It would do 8 more. No. Jesus Christ, I can't do math. Yeah, 8 more. Because it was radiant damage. Alright. Fucking Bobby girl.
Wanna go?
That's you.
First things first, I'm going to cast Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound in this spot, basically like right next to me on the edge there. And then I'm going to move and get away from the edge. Pretty sure that's it. Because the dog won't do anything until the start of my next turn.
Alright. Actually makes it this thing's turn. It is going to...
Although that dog's barking crazy.
It is going to basically like swing its head down and like whip at both Adahi and Gurglesnap.
What kind of damage is it?
Yeah, it would just be bludgeoning.
I am resistant.
You would be too, Atlee. Because you're raging.
Yep.
So, what's your armor class, Atlee?
19.
So he does hit you, and then what is yours, Adahi?
20.
He misses you. Well, he doesn't necessarily miss you. It just doesn't hurt. Ooh.
Specified and invalid dice expression.
Atlee, you take 11 damage. This thing just whips its head. Actually did really low damage. Fucking kind of smacks into you. So that would be halved for you.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all it did. Eddie.
I'm assuming this thing's bigger than large.
Yes. That it is.
Alright, well. Sword at it again.
All right.
And I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and.
Oh no.
Fun. Sounds like fun on a bun.
So,
Okay, so this is what happens. Pretty much, this thing swings its head and slams into you. And as it swings its head and slams into you, you kind of like reel back and you go to swing back, and it kind of like goes to slam its head into you again and like hits your sword and knocks your sword out of your hand into the crater.
that sucks. It's a full action to pull out a weapon.
Yes. Unless you have a feat, I believe. I don't know if there's a feat. That might be 3.5. There's a feat for it. It might be like a archetype, something you could get.
I think if you get 2-weapon fighting, it does allow you. That's one of the things you get for that is you can store and draw weapons
True.
as a something. I think there is a feat. I don't know if it's 2-weapon fighting, but
About. Did you get off? Whereabouts?
It's like right in front of you. The square right in front of you. Right here. Jump into the hole.
Yep.
Give me a acrobatics check. It's pretty steep.
That's +3. So it's 11.
Okay. Adahi just runs and jumps off the side of the crater into the bottom of it, and when he hits the bottom, he just kind of like the ground is still like really loose from this thing moving around and him and the excavating that's been going on. So his feet just kind of like slide when he hits the bottom, and you just kind of like slide all the way up to the base of this thing, and your feet like stop you as you like hit the bottom of like where this thing is like coming out of the ground. It's like towering like over you right now. You're like on your back. That would make it Gurgle Snap.
If I move to the ledge right here, am I still within 5 feet of?
Yeah.
No, because do you think?
Yeah. I mean, he's. I mean, I would consider. I mean, you're close enough that.
Okay. And or like Barnaby's dog maybe. Perhaps.
I mean, at the very least, it's yeah. I mean, his dog would be right there on the edge, if at the very least.
I'm just looking for them pack tactics. Continuing to rage, I'm going to attempt to claw twice and bite once, ferociously. Grr.
Wow.
Claw one, claw two. Wow, you guys seeing that? Just saying.
Nice.
Bite. So both claws were a crit, and the bite is a 24.
All right. Yeah, that's all hits. Those are all hits. So roll the
Yep.
crit damage.
So this is claw one. So if it's times 2, it's 20. And 16, so 36 from both claws.
Okay. So it was 20 and 16, so 36.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you also bite him.
Yes. And then the
Jesus.
bite is the wolf's bite. Plus 2 for raging. Plus 14. So 50 damage.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. You don't even need the tail. Those fucking crits, dude.
Yeah, that was insane.
All right. Shit. You, I mean, you see Adahi jump into the pit and like kind of like falter, and you like suddenly just become overwhelmed like with like protective like nature inside of you, and you just like you literally, as this thing comes swinging its head by, you jump up and like grab onto it with your teeth and your claws and are like ripping around on it as it's like trying to shake you off, and finally like you just let go as it like comes back by where you were standing.
Slides back a little bit from impact.
Zoray.
Okay, I'm going to remain where I am, but I am, so the worm's like around here, right?
Yeah. Anything that would hit the crater would hit the worm.
Okay, then on the center of the crater, I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers as a 4th level spell.
Okay.
You fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range, centered on the worm. A creature takes
So someone's, like,
44
right here.
slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there. So it's going to take it now, and I cast it 2 levels higher, so it's actually going to take 8d4 damage, and it doesn't get to dodge. It doesn't get a save. It just takes 8d4 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's here.
And then, yes, and then at the start of its turn, it's going to take another 8d4 damage. Wow, Cloud of Daggers is a really good spell.
And does that mean Adahi as well?
No, it's a 5-foot cube.
Oh, so it's just this space
So
right
it's,
here.
It's just that space on the worm, yeah. Like directly over the worm. And it says it doesn't get a roll to save against it. And it takes it the first time on a turn.
All right. Roll
Yeah.
damage.
So 18.
Just a bunch of little
And
daggers
then-
Yeah, roll.
spinning.
That's
Well,
out
it's
of the
gonna
way.
take the next one on the start of its turn.
I got you.
So,
D-
I
Alright.
see. The downside of it is I can't move it. So once they move out of it, it's just a cloud of spinning daggers. But still,
Um. Yeah, but you have fucking 4 Eldritch Blasts, so you could like
drag it back
you
into
could
it. That's
yeah you
true.
could push people into it or drag them in through it.
Nice.
um. Yeah, so that makes it Keston. He's going to do the same thing as before, only this time he doesn't have to do the vow. He's just gonna swing twice. He has advantage. That is 1 hit. Okay, he hits twice. He's going to sacrifice a 2nd level spell slot and a 1st level spell slot. So that's so it's 48. So that's, and then he does, that's times 2 because it's the radiant. So he does 55 damage. You see, actually hit with both of his attacks. He throws 2 more holy javelins through this thing. Yeah, so that makes it Barnaby.
Yo, is Sean passed out?
What a slut.
Barnaby fell asleep in the woods, eating berries.
Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna assume that old Barnaby fucking makes his count attack, which I believe is 46. If somebody wants to roll that.
I can do it.
Yeah. Something like that.
Is it-
I can't remember what the. Let me look it up.
Well, do they need attack rolls first though, or does he need attack roll first? I'm truthfully.
It's
I like
spellcasting
Mordenkainen's
mobility
goodness.
modifier plus your proficiency bonus, which I'm not sure what that is for him. Let's just say it's a 9, and if it hits, it does 48. So 1d20 plus 9, and then
Your proficiency bonus is always based on your cumulative level.
I mean I know what that means, but I don't know what.
Sorry, I was cut out. I only came in at the end there.
$17 to hit.
All right. Yeah, that actually doesn't hit. So you don't even have to worry about it. So that means it's Adahi. You are laying next to your sword.
I think it's Snake's turn.
Oh, right. Yeah, true. Thanks. Yeah, sorry,
I'm not
Adahi.
trying to steal thunder. I'm sorry, Addy.
Yeah, it goes, not
That it
this
did.
time, bitch. No, I didn't hear you. I'm not hearing anything you're saying if you're saying other shit. That's the first thing I've
Sure.
heard you say in a while.
Sean's been talking non-stop though. You guys can hear him, right?
Listen, like I said, I could probably wake him up. It's just anyone wearing headphones would want to take them off.
We'll wake him up at the end, don't worry.
Man, that means look. I thought he was just sitting back chilling. I thought he was upset.
yeah,
that I did 50 damage.
I didn't realize he's just been sitting like that for a while, so.
I thought.
What? Wait, I haven't been. Is Sean asleep?
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I can't see his. I can't see his video, so.
Oh, yeah. No, his video shows him asleep.
So this thing, it's going to try to bite Adahi and then slam into the crow boy. Well, who's no longer a crow boy.
It's Wolf Crowboy to you.
He does hit you, Adahi. He also hits crow boy.
Use the crowbar.
Adahi, you take 23. But you're resistant.
Mhm.
And wow.
What a good roll there.
Crow boy, you take 6 and you're resistant.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that it felt like I didn't really feel anything there.
Yeah, it didn't really hurt.
Pain is just an illusion, anyway.
Except when I give it.
Gurgle snap. Or no, Adahi.
So I grab my sword and stand up.
You can do that as your. I'll just say you can do that as your bonus action. You can still swing.
And I do.
Ugh.
That's my turn.
Jesus Christ. Zare.
Wrong.
So
no,
I
Gurgle
can
snap.
I can
Oh
cast
yeah.
Meldon.
Jesus Christ. I'm fucking. Yeah, I'm out
Oh.
of turn order because.
I was about to say the worm also needs to take damage from the cloud of daggers.
Oh, okay. Roll your damage for that. Nice.
And I'm pretty sure you said it worked this way. I'm just going to clarify. If I'm already concentrating on a spell and cast Meld into Stone, I can maintain concentration while melded into stone.
Don't you need concentration for both?
Do I?
Or do you not need concentration?
I don't think you need concentration for meld into stone, but let me
yeah,
check.
yeah. Then yeah.
Yeah,
long as
you
you
don't need
don't,
you don't need concentration for meld into stone.
then yeah,
It's
I don't
just it's just like it's a ritual spell, so if I had 10 extra minutes, I wouldn't even need to cast it with a spell slot, but
Can you guys
because I
prolong this fight for like 10 more minutes?
okay, fine. Meld into stone. Zuri is melded into stone. Underground.
With the stone.
With the stone.
Gotta figure.
Okay, so
And
you
maintaining
just
concentration.
he just suddenly just goes brrrr. It just sinks
She
into
goes
the ground.
She goes she sort of waves as she goes. She goes, "Yeah, I don't want to get hit by that thing, so you guys handle it."
Gurgle snap.
Bite, or claw bite. Claw bite. Claw bite.
Cacao bite.
Claw bite. Claw 1. Claw 2. Or claw 1. Claw 2. Claw 2. Wow, look at that. And then bite. So 22, 22, 18.
Okay. Yeah, those all hit.
Oops. Damn it. Uh, 35.
This thing is hurting. Zaray.
Well, it's already my turn again?
It wasn't your turn.
It wasn't your
Before.
turn,
Oh, then that's when I would cast Melt into Stone.
Oh, right. Okay, so
Yeah.
is that all you can do then?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's an action to cast it.
Then it is Keston's turn. He gonna try to kill this thing. And he does. He fucking takes one final holy javelin, puts the energy into it, and throws it right through its head as it comes down. The thing sways and slams into the crater and slides down to the bottom. Defeated. Just as the thing crushes and falls to the ground, the Goliath comes running out the back. I got the stamp, sir.
So, it's like 5-10 minutes before Zaray reappears because I can basically only hear things while melded into stone. And so I'd have to wait till the sound of combat was over before being sure. And her cloud of daggers as well is remaining up there just spinning in this dead worm.
Alright, so you don't come up right away. The rest of them all... I mean, you see this guy come running out. Huh? Master? And he kind of walks over to the edge and just sees the bloody mess like smeared across the side of the crater. And this, yet again, pile of bones. That seems to be all out of place from what it was before.
Is the ritual stone still existent?
It appears to be. I mean, it's still in its eye, but it doesn't appear to be glowing as it was before.
Well, I go grab it, since I'm already in the crater.
All right.
And then I climb the fuck out.
All right. The Goliath kind of looks around and he's like, "Huh. I guess that makes me the fish lord."
Oh god.
Yes.
And he just looks over at you guys. He goes, "Well, here's your stamp." And walks over and stamps all your papers.
I can honestly say I was not expecting it to work out this way.
Cool, let's get out of this shithole.
Yes, let's.
They, along with the help of the new fish lord, pry you out of the crater, and the group begins to head for perhaps the closest inn to rest.
Yep.
And that is where we will call it for tonight. Thank you for joining us on the first session of some shit, you know?